Okay, so here we go. It is Monday night, July the 12th, 2017, and I am back from vacation and well rested, and I think everything is going to run smoothly tonight. I think we've got all the technical bugs out tonight. So anyways, looking for a good, smooth couple hours with you guys, answering your questions on, natural healing. The way that I teach it is basically I just keep simplifying and simplifying as I go along on my journey, learning about all this. And, I was thinking about, things, and really what we're dealing with here is really, there's only one real problem, and it's really acidosis. And you can just call it SA, systemic acidosis. And what does that mean? I always talk about the lymph system. That word lymph I've used a million times, right? So, anyways, talking about the lymph system and systemic acidosis, how do they tie in? Well, when you take in acid-forming chemistry, okay, so, we're basically fruitarians, and fruit and most vegetables, most leafy greens and all that are alkalizing to the body. In other words, they may be acidic, like a lemon is an acidic fruit, but it is actually alkaline forming in the body. So we take in alkaline forming chemistry, and that keeps our body alkalized, okay? When we take in meat, dairy, grains, cooked foods, things like that, that is an acid forming chemistry. So we start to become acidic inside of our bodies. Now, the blood cannot be acidic. If it's off by even a small margin, you're in big trouble. So what else is there? There's only two real systems of fluid in the body. The other one is the lymph system. So really, it's all about how do we alkalize that lymph system? How do we bring in hydration into that lymphatic system? This is what we talk about. This is the key to 99% of healing, really. Because, you can blame it on, let's say you want to blame it on viruses or bacteria. Well, where are those viruses and bacteria going to, attach themselves to? Where are they going to live? They're going to live not in the blood. The blood is a very fast moving system, always being cleaned, right? Not going to live there. They're going to live in the lymphatic system. So they're going to live in a sticky, gooey, acidic lymph system. They're not going to live in a free flowing, alkalized, clean lymph system. They can't. Because your body has a huge defense, a huge immune system to kick them out. And they know how to identify them. You have the lymphocytes that come in and actually sniff around and identify things that are not supposed to be there. So they're not going to be able to live there. But they will if you have a sticky, gooey, gummed up, agglomerated, coagulated, plugged up lymph system. This is going to cause you a myriad of difficulties. And the medical community wants to call them diseases. That they can do that. They can label them with their names and patent them and copyright them and all that. But there's only one real thing, and it's really just systemic acidosis, a clogged lymph system. So how do we fix that? Real simply, we get back to putting alkaline chemistry in the body, and that's high fruit, and salads and things like that. Okay, so we're not perfect. So you have a few things, whatever. It's all good because basically if you're predominantly alkaline, you'll be able to handle a bit of acid foods. So this isn't saying, oh, you can never have, that piece of bread or whatever. You can, as long as your basic intake of food, the predominance of food is alkaline chemistry, you're going to be fine. Now, if you need healing, I would suggest going 100% alkalizing foods until you get better. For a few months or so. But that's really the crux of it. You start taking an alkalizing chemistry and everything is good. You start to alkalize deep inside the body. Now, we can get into real trouble. You can become so acidic that it starts becoming acidic inside the cells. And it starts destroying the cells, and the cells mutate. And we all know what that's called. So that's just high levels of acidosis in the body. So that's really it. That is, if you want to know the secret, if there is a secret, I'm divulging it now. It's just bringing alkaline chemistry into the body. Use some herbs to help you, for a while until you can ungum all this stuff and get the lymph moving. Now, Dr. Morse has, he keeps on progressing here, and he had another breakthrough, in my opinion. we're all about kidney filtration. We love to get those kidneys filtering because a lot of lymphatic waste and acids come out through those kidneys. So we focus on that, and on that's one of our first goals. Actually, our first goals are getting on an alkalizing diet, kicking out the meat, dairy, grains, all the mucus forming foods, acid forming foods, and then getting kidney filtration. But also, Dr. Morse is now saying that he believes, and I believed this for a long time too, and I'm glad he said it, that the bowels also help us eliminate lymphatic waste too. And he was talking about that today in a video that he released today, talking about how there is elimination of lymphatic waste through the bowels. So anyways, that's all part of our detoxification. When we do a lymphatic detox, we go after 4 main areas. And I repeat this so many times, but I can't even hear it enough myself. So, and I hear it all the time. So, but we go after, of course, the kidneys. We want to get the inflammation out of those kidneys, want to get those healthy so they will filter the lymph. Okay. And then we go after the GI tract. Okay, because there are a lot of toxins in, of course, solid waste eliminated through those bowels. Okay, and now Dr. Morse has added into that, interstitial lymphatic waste as well. So even more important, death begins in the colon, a famous adage. So we go after the colon, obviously. So kidneys and colon, and then we go after the endocrine glands. The endocrine glands run the whole show. And especially those adrenals, they sit on top of the kidneys, they control the kidneys, and they actually make antacids that help us alkalize our body. So super important, those adrenals. And they also metabolize sugars. We need good metabolism of sugars, of course, even though fruit sugars are really easy to metabolize. But we do need that. And they also utilize in 24 or 25 minerals as well. So super important gland, but all those glands are important. We go after those too. And then we also go after the lymph system. We use astringent herbs to help pull on that lymph system to free it up, to get the gunk out of it and to get that free flowing again. And then by combining these things, that high fruit, high alkalizing diet and these herbs, and there's some physical things we can do, just breathing deep, that diaphragm moving up and down pushes lymph, moving. Just moving the body will help us. Massages, skin brushing, things like that, saunas and things like that. There's physical things we can do too. We've gotten ourselves in a lot of trouble. There's kids being born today with a lot of trouble. They're being born with cancer, with completely degenerated lymphatic systems from just a long lineage of eating this really bad food for us. So anyways, we need to get in there and specifically go after areas. Let's say you have, a dry patch on the skin. Well, you want to come in there and skin brush that area, get hot and cold packs on it, things like that. Go after the kidneys, castor oil packs, massage those kidneys. So there's specific things we can do as well to unstick those areas. But that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to unstick those sticky spots in the body. And so the body can function again holistically. If you have one gland down, you can be in a lot of trouble because it can ripple through the whole body. You have the kidneys down, obviously that's going to ripple through the whole entire body because it's going to cause a systemic backup in the body of more acids and toxic waste inside that lymphatic system. So so basically we identify those sticky parts, those parts that need work. We go after them with specific herbs and also specific physical things that we can do. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. Let's see, I had a couple other notes here. We talked about the big one, which is the bowels are now on our list as an area that gets rid of lymphatic acids and toxins and mucus. And also we know the skin too. The skin is a major area of elimination of toxins and acids too. It's your third kidney. So very, very important to make sure you have healthy skin. Saunas are really good. Dr. Morse always says stay away from those infrared saunas. That is a radiation, an isolated radiation, and it can actually exacerbate some conditions. So you want to stay away from those. Those dry saunas and steam saunas are really, really good. And he also suggests putting some essential lemon essential oil in there to help you detoxify. Highly recommends those. So yeah, so that's really it. That's it in a nutshell. I like to always start out with that for newcomers. And just for all of us veterans that just, need to hear that over and over again. So anyways, let's jump into some questions. I've been gone for a couple of weeks here. I've missed 2 shows. I apologize. But I am back, and now we are going to jump in, and we're going to go through the questions here and get you guys taken care of here. So let's see. Let's see here. Let me get my bearings here, you guys, and we're going to come in. Susie Snowflake is here. Good. Hi, Mark. Looking and sounding great. Fantastic. Good to hear. Yeah, we've had a lot of technical issues. I'm a one-man band, so I try to do my best, but I've got a good microphone, good camera, all these things. Owen Fox is back. Great. Grounded spiritually and healthy living. Welcome back, Mark. Yes, you are looking very well. Thank you, Owen. I appreciate that. Jeannie, hello, Mark and everyone. Glad to be back with this group get together. You bet, Jeannie. Good to see you. Hannon Hall is back. Great. Good evening, Mark. Yay! I get to be here. I miss Monday nights because of my crazy schedule. Good. I'm glad to see you here, Hannon. Excellent. We got the vegan renegade here. Hi, Mark. Do the doctors of the plant-based world like McDougall, Goldhammer, Greiger, etc., not get into detox because they don't or they don't have specific data? Also got my Giovanna Detox All Tea. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know those other guys. I do know McDougall, and McDougall's kind of an interesting guy because some of the stuff he says really makes a lot of sense. If you guys get a chance, listen to it's about a half-hour dissertation on Steve Jobs and what really happened with Steve Jobs, because I guess the dark forces, or whatever you want to call it, have really jumped all over that to say that fruit is really bad for you, right? And was blame and also alternative, alternative ways of healing are bad too. And that if Steve Jobs would have stuck with the program, he may have been alive. Well, the guy lived for 8 or 9 years with pancreatic cancer. Most people, I mean, they're if they go the traditional route, they're gone in I think just a few months, 6 months, a year. So you can go to Cancer Treatment Centers of America and see the longevity. I mean, it's that, but McDougall does have some good information. I don't like his complex carbohydrate idea of eating pastas and things like that. I think that's way off base. Number one, those complex carbohydrates are way too much sugar, and we have the proof on that. We have that Harvard study that shows that a plain bagel, is 25 on the glycemic load. The glycemic load is how much it raises your blood sugar. A piece of fruit, like an apple, peach, plum, pear, orange, whatever, is 4 or 5. Okay? Anything under 10, it has very little effect on your blood sugar. Okay? On spiking it. But McDougall pushes pastas. So I don't get that. I just think that, what happens is, I think that people, this is the thing I have to watch out for too. And I'm always trying to throw a little bit of a monkey wrench into the machine. And I'll explain that in a minute. But you have to be careful, because sometimes I stand for things, that you all know. I stand for a high fruit diet, and I stand by herbs, and I stand by the lymph system as a major, area of where the problems are. These are things I stand by. McDougall got into this thing with his high carb diets and all that. And, I think he is a proponent of eliminating dairy and meat, but he's stuck with this carbohydrate idea, which carbohydrates are great. Don't get me wrong. Sugars, fruit sugars and the fruits are carbohydrates, but those complex ones are just way too much sugar. So he might be stuck in his paradigm. Don't know. But sometimes we got to watch that, and I play around. I got off into the master fast thing, and I haven't done my turpentine yet, but it's still in the cupboard. But we just have to we push it a little bit in ways, and we but I think they're stuck in you got to watch that as you get older too. We get a little stuck in our ways. So You know, like I say, he's got some good ideas, but I cannot. I mean, the pasta thing's ridiculous, and I've tested on myself. Forget it; it just doesn't work. So, Crystal Hippie, hey, all right, hey, Mark, it's Adrian. Glad I can be here today. Oh, good to see you, or good to hear you, or see your writing. We got the boss. The boss is in the house. If I want a fast detox, which system I target, or the #1 organ to detox? If you want a fast detox, wow. Well, you got to target all four. I mean, you know, you can go just as fast with the four instead of targeting just one. I think, you know, look, I can get you fast detoxing. Just go look up the Master Fast system. That is fast detoxing. All right. You're dry fasting, which is really, really turns things on. You're doing a mono, fruit. Well, actually grape and lemon juice, and you're doing very high powered herbs. That's fast. That's too fast for most people. But that's a fast detox. But you want to hit all those systems I talked about. And Gino at the Master Fast understands that. He's Dr. Morse trained. He understands that too. So yeah, you can't just hit one. You can't just say, oh, I'm just going to get the kidneys filtering, and that's the organ I'm going to go after big time. Well, but you've got to move lymph. You've got to clean the GI tract, and you've got to pull on that lymph system, and you got to get those glands up too, or nothing happens. It's really about that foundation four. And by the way, in the first month, you want to target that liver gallbladder, and you want to get rid of those parasites. So it's actually 6 in the first month or 2, okay? But the basic 4 is what we build all detox protocols around. Kidneys, lymph, glands, and GI tract, okay? But go after those hard. I mean, if you want to really push it, go look in the Master Fast, or just get on a mono grape fast with the herbs. You know, get on that Fab 4 kit. I got that Giovanna starter kit at Giovanna Detox. You know, get on those basic kits and hit it hard. And you'll, you can push it pretty hard. So be careful though. You know, fast is not always good. You know, there's some people that are so toxic, they can't even handle even switching to fruit. I mean, they can go maybe 20% fruit and just start to get headaches, body aches, and their neck freezes up, and they're in bed. So you gotta be the boss. You gotta know, you gotta push it, know your body and push it where you can push it to. Okay. So we got Owen. Mark, I naturally felt for some time now and said to others that poop always also a way of removing lymphatic waste to agree. Yeah, I felt that instinctually too, Owen. I'm really glad that Dr. Morse came out and actually said this. I think it's really great. Because look, there's a lot of lymphatic waste that needs to be dumped out of the body. And your kidneys would have to be working really super hard. So we need the kidneys, we need the skin, and we need the GI tract to help us out too. But if your kidneys aren't working well, sweat a lot and really go after that GI tract. You know, that GI broom that Dr. Morse makes is unbelievably powerful, really, really good. So help those kidneys out until they really get going. And you know what? Here's another point: is do not really move lymph with those lymph herbs too much until you get some kidney filtration. I would do no more than one lymphatic formula until I get those kidneys actually filtering to some degree. And we all know you pee into a jar, you look at it, you want to see some clouds. You want to see something floating in there, okay? You don't want to see crystal clear urine. And that means you got kidney filtration when you're seeing cloudiness. So don't go too aggressive on those lymphatic herbs until you've got some, okay? But thanks for that, Owen. I agree with you. YHW, does anyone know the best way to treat a sebaceous cyst? Well, cyst, tumors, boils, pimples, all that stuff, it's all the lymph system. It's all lymphatic, okay? So, basically, tell us where the cyst is, and we can help you with that way. In the female areas, okay, you move the lymph system like we talked about. You go after those 4 areas, get everything filtering and moving, get the GI tract, all that, those 4 areas, right? Clean up that liver, get rid of those parasites. And if it's a female cyst, you can douche with Heal All T to help pull and move lymph physically inside the body. So that's the best way like that. Some people can go after them topically too. There's some healing salves that Dr. Morse has too for topical. We got Serena A. Hi, Mark, and everyone. Happy to be here. Good to see you. One question is, are steamed veggies acidic ash producing? A lot of times when you do, you could take a alkaline ash producing food and flip the chemistry to acid producing by cooking it. I don't know the answer to that question. I do know that in detoxification and alkalizing the body, we like to stay with the raw. But some people can't handle raw. Like they can't even handle like green drinks and salads. In that case, I would say to use steamed veggies to help to titrate you in. So let's say you do some steamed veggies and then some salads, and you can work your way down to green drinks and then work your way down to whole fruit and then to juices. But I'm not really sure on that. I treat steamed veggies as the lowest end of detoxification. So I treat them as neutral myself, but I don't really know. They're a lot better than most foods. I can tell you that they're a lot better than French fries and milkshakes and hamburgers and all that kind of stuff. So, anytime you see all you can eat pasta bars, run, please. Okay, so finding my healing. Oh man, I hope you find it here. Hi, Mark. How does the body build bone on fruit-only diet since they are from fat-soluble animal products? You said to work with you to help through healing reactions. Can you explain what happens? Okay, these are two questions. Okay, so all right. So you're concerned about building bone. Okay, so here's the thing. There's actually studies out. You can look this up. Studies from major universities that the more milk and dairy you take in, the more bone problems you have. There's a correlation to that. Calcium is in fruits. Calcium is in vegetables. Okay, it's all over the place. There's plenty of it. The thing is, you got to be able to utilize it. Okay, so calcium is one of those things, and of course, it's a bone builder. Along with other minerals, you got selenium and iron and all these things. Most of your minerals are utilized by the adrenals, and most people eating this crap standard American diet have weak adrenals. So they're taking in all of this stuff, all these minerals, but they're not utilizing it. So you want to get the adrenals up, and one of the only minerals that the adrenals don't handle is calcium, and that's handled by the parathyroid. So you want to go after that parathyroid. And it is a myth that you need animal products for healthy bones. It's a total myth, okay? Look at the strongest animals in the world. Animals in the world are not meat eaters, okay? They're herbivores and omnivores and things like that. But yeah, your bulls and your gorillas and all that stuff, You don't need it. You don't need these animal products. They'll actually take you back. They'll gunk up your lymph system, and they'll gunk up that parathyroid. Will actually lose calcium. You said to work with you to help you through healing reactions. Can you explain what happens? A lot of times what happens is you get cold and flu-like symptoms, headaches, stiff neck, stiff body, fevers. If it gets in the lungs, which is very common, you start to hack. I mean, I went through weeks, and I thought it was never going to end. It was actually over the summer, but we're playing around, we're digging deep here, and these waves come in. So that's basically it. Other things can happen. I mean, a lot of people they can get boils popping up, start oozing mucus out of every orifice, hair falling out, teeth falling out, all kinds of things. It just all depends. If you have problems, get a hold of me. Email me, mark@markjamesgordon.com. I answer everybody's email first thing in the morning. And I get onto this YouTube chat thing, and I answer that a couple times a week. Yeah, I mean, it's time consuming, but it's the first thing I do in the morning. So it's just my habit. But healing crises come in all shapes, flavors, and sizes for sure. All right, so let's see, I skipped ahead. Okay, so Crystal Hippie, Owen, I agree, we can see it in our poop. Yeah, we can see mucus in there. So yeah, I'm glad Dr. Morse said this. Dr. Morse is working with, I think her name is Patty, and she's a teacher of anatomy and physiology. And so they're working together. They're doing research, and they're actually, really mapping out the reality of what's going on in the body. Yeah, and I mean, if you ever listen to Dr. Morse, he is not owned by anybody. This man is a warrior spirit. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He's a man of truth, So he's not trying to placate anybody. He just wants the truth out. He wants to help us all heal. So he's working with Patty, who's very, very book smart, and Dr. Morse is as well. But and Dr. Morse's experience. These two together, I think, are a powerful team. So we're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff coming out, which will help us all. But it doesn't matter, because we've been going after that GI tract like crazy anyways. So there's nothing more we can do there. We know the areas of elimination, and so we go after them anyways. But it's good to know. It's good to fortify this. Okay. So we got Galagos is back. All right. Hi, Mark. Gigi's back. Can I email you? Of course. I'm very upset about food wars. Tell me about food wars. I don't know about food wars. Let me know. We got Bailey Barnes. Welcome, Bailey. I've seen way too much sulfur and mucus not to be eliminating lymph waste through the bowels. Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's just go with it. Absolutely. The more the merrier. Get it out. Get it out. Absolutely. It's awesome to be here with you, Mark. Jamie Bush. Yeah, great to have you, Jamie. We got Gigi, nearly fainted before going into the tub, afraid to eat as a diabetic, fear of fruit. Well, many studies out about that. Here's the thing with the fruit and diabetes, whatever they call diabetes is blood sugar issues. That's what I call it. What utilizes the sugars? It's the adrenals. Okay. What transfers the sugars into the cells is the pancreatic insulin. So those two organs, when you're gummed up, when they're stuck, you're not gonna get the proper utilization and all that. So you're going to fear the fruit if those are, the thing is, here's the catch-22. You need the fruit and the astringency and the healing of these to get that lymph moving, get that gunk out of there. You need it for that. Okay. I mean, what are you going to eat if you're diabetic? You're going to eat mucus forming foods to gunk them up more? I don't think so. So, what happens when you have blood sugar issues is you've got to monitor it very closely in the first few weeks, months, and titrate and get more astringent fruits, especially in there, and start pulling on that mucus, that lymphatic mucus, and get those cleaned up and get those back online so they utilize better. So you've got to do that work. You got to get a blood sugar monitor. You got to watch it closely. Get off of those, especially off of those carbs. I mean, so many diabetics are eating pasta meals and breads and all that kind of stuff. I mean, and they can't figure out why their blood sugar is spiking. So you want low glycemic foods, and believe it or not, fruit is low glycemic. Look at the Harvard study. It's on my website, markjamesgordon.com. Just type in Harvard fruit, and it'll come right up. And look at it. Learn what are the high glycemic foods. You will be surprised. You'll be surprised at what are the low glycemic foods, like fruit. And they clean out mucus. They get the glands restored. Finding my healing. I'm battling MS and Lyme. Okay, so we know in our group, we know what MS and Lyme is. It's systemic acidosis. I had fibromyalgia. It's the same darn thing. It's acidosis. It's a lymphatic system that's backed up and acidic and gummed up. And the acids are painful. And my joints were just really on fire. And I got to say, when I cheat, when I don't eat right, I'm open to it again. This is one of the problems to you guys, when you really detox, when you really come in and clean mucus out, if you don't eat so well, all those acids come in and they hit you hard because there's no gunk to buffer it. There's no plaque layers to buffer those acids that are coming at you. So you can hurt. But anyways, I feel really good. I'm feeling really good now. and I've been eating good, and very, very energized, and really feeling good. Surfed today for a few hours, and it was up at about 4:45 this morning. Put in a good 4 solid hours of work this morning before I went, and yeah. So, but MS and Lyme is a systemic acidosis. Got to get the kidneys filtering. Got to clean the GI tract. Got to get the glands up. Got to pull on that lymph. Clean up the liver and get out those parasites. Clean up that sulfur. A lot of people with the systemic acidosis have sulfur in the bowels. Been on high fruit for a while, but my disease is progressing. I don't really call it disease. Spasticity is nuts. Done IVs before. Just found out teeth still have mercury under new composite fillings. Oh boy! So they put a composite over that mercury. Well, you got to go to a good biological dentist and have them remove that. They got to put a dam in the mouth and get that stuff out of there. But, you know, you can be on high fruit, but I got to know more. You know, are you getting kidney filtration? Are you doing herbs? Are you moving those bowels a lot? Are you, you know, getting that skin working? You know, there's a lot of things that I need to know. This process of detoxification involves these areas. And what is a while? How long you been on this? You know, some people that get on for a few weeks say, hey, how come I'm not feeling better? How come I'm feeling worse? Well, you're stirring the pot now, and it takes a while. You got to have patience. But tell us more about you know, what your diet is, what herbs you're doing, what are you doing to get the kidneys filtering? Are they filtering? And if you know your blood pressures, let us know that, and we'll help you out in this group. Okay. We got Susan Freestone. Hi everyone, first time joining live. So excited. Good to have you here, Susan. Bailey Barnes, what's your perspective on pasteurized juice? You know, I got some right here, as a matter of fact. You know, I really like it. It's not my favorite. I love fresh juice, but you know, in the real world, I don't always have time to make it. Trader Joe's has a good $4 quart of pasteurized organic Concord grape juice. So yeah, now, when I have time to wash those grapes, squeeze those grapes, all that kind of stuff, fantastic. I think it is more powerful astringently than a raw juice. But I'm still a raw guy. You know, I prefer it if I can get it. But you know, I did 44 days on pasteurized with Master Fast. Felt really good. Did a lot of really deep cleaning. It really, really is good for getting mucoid plaque out of the GI tract. So it's a very, very good solvent, but very powerful. But a lot of us don't need that kind of power. And you know, just the natural chemistry. You know, when you take a grape and you know, that's picked properly and all that stuff. I mean, there's so many wonderful things in there. You know, and I live on such a high fruit diet. I really, you know, honestly, you guys, I really can't believe that I can feel good on fruit, that I can thrive on fruit, that I can not lose a ton of weight on fruit, that I'm not shriveling up and looking emaciated and looking just like I'm not thriving. I'm thriving. I'm going to be 61 next week. I mean, this is crazy. And that's why I'm here telling you guys. I have to share this. I mean, it would be a crime if I didn't share it. I feel so good on fruit. So much energy. You know, when I don't do so much fruit, I go back. I can remember back on, God, how did I live like this? How could I live dragging and forcing myself to, you know, to have the coffee and to find ways of stimulating, you know? So anyways, that's it. Doris Rotten. Any relation to Johnny? First timer here tonight. Just came across the channel about a month ago. Love it. Great, Doris. Good to have you. See, Tahoe's back. So glad that you're back. Mark, yeah. Good to see you guys. Hey, Bitsy. Cool it. We got Lori. Lori Beach Sand Angel. Anyone have info to help my son with failure to thrive? He's really short. Okay, so I would, if he's really short, I would look at that pituitary gland. The pituitary is the master gland that controls all the other glands, and that is really linked to being too short or too tall. So that'd be my first thing. See, wetting the bed, that's another thing. That's really a sign the pituitary's down. If the pituitary's down, you're going to have a hard time getting those other glands to function properly. So it's glandular what's happening. Okay? I would look into detoxification, and I would look into bumping up. Look, I'd have to see a picture of the eyes to confirm that and see what other problems are there. But look into glandulars to pop up that pituitary, and getting some circulation up there, some brain and nerve herbs and stuff like that, and getting that going. That would be my first call on that. But if he's real thin and all that, he might have a compromised GI tract. He might not be absorbing well. It's malabsorption. You can take in all this good food, but if you're gummed up, you're not going to absorb it. You're just going to be thin and small and all that. But yeah, I would look into that. Lori, get a hold of me, mark at markjamesgordon.com. Let's help your son, okay? Gigi McDougal is nuts. I don't know much about him, but yeah, anybody that recommends pasta, I can't get behind. We got Sandy B. Greetings from Australia. I agree. You are looking great. Thank you. Eloquent intro today. Thank you. Always need this message reinforced. Yeah, that's why I repeat it. I love hearing it too, because it just makes so much sense. It really is. It's so simple. What is the thing? Occam's razor. That the simplest solution is usually the best. Yeah, we're just talking Occam's razor here. It's so simple. It makes so much sense. And the thing a lot too with people that are trying to corner the market, copyright, patent, everything like that. They want to confuse you. They want to make themselves appear to be really intelligent, really smart, like they've got all the answers. They're one up on everybody because they're so intelligent, so intellectual. This stuff is just simple, and it's working for so many people, including myself. The boss, thanks for answering my question. People's eyes change color from raw diet. What do you think causes that? Well, the eyes change color because, most of the color change in the eye is your lymphatic system. You can take a blue eye and all that white in the eye is lymph. That's all stagnant lymph showing up in that eye, reflecting back in those various areas of the eye that are blocked up. When it starts going yellow, it's more chronic. When it starts going brown, it's even more chronic. In brown eyes, the darker brown spots are the more lymphatically compromised spots. So the eyes change color based upon your lymph system. That's what's so great about iridology. It's so simple. If you just read that portion of it, which anybody can do, reading eye color is just, you'll understand so much about the lymph system. We got Pat Worley. Mark, which body organ manufactures the lymph fluid, and what herb can be taken to increase the amount of lymph it makes? Thank you. Well, lymph is a lipid-based system. It's actually a cholesterol system. So I would say the actual manufacturer is based out of the liver. But also, we don't need to make more lymph. We just need to clean what we got. I've never heard of anybody not having enough lymph. I've never heard of that issue. I don't think it goes that way. I think you've just got to alkalize what you got. The lymph you do have could be dried up and sticky and hard and just gummed up. And most people, that's what's happening. Look, I've been doing some research into longevity. I think that we're on to the biggest longevity, not a secret. This is what longevity is alkalizing the body. If those cells are swimming happily in a nice alkaline fluid, they're going to live a lot longer. And the body I really believe the body's designed for 125 years. So I think that's where we're going here. If we can alkalize our bodies, we can just keep going. And if you're living in LA or something like that in a real toxic environment, you may want to move out if you want to have longevity, because you cannot keep getting bombarded by all these toxins. But I think that we're pushing to this zone. Provided, things don't happen, of course, accidents, or that we've got so much weakness in certain areas we can't overcome it. So, but I think 125 is our design. So seems to be what I'm thinking. But anyways, yeah, you don't need more lymph. Just clean up what you got. Learn detoxification. learn, regenerative detox and thrive, and let's all go to 125 and prove everybody that we're right. We can look back and go, remember that these talks back in the 2017, what is that? That would be 125 would be another, that'd be another 60, 65, 64 years for me. Wow. So yeah, so 60's midlife, and that's the way I feel right now. So who knows? We got Seamus McGrath. Hi everyone. So happy to be here on day 41 of my juice fast. All right, my second this year. Excellent. The last one made a huge difference with my psoriasis, but this time I haven't noticed much of a difference so far. Okay, so psoriasis is just acids, in the skin. Your body's trying to kick them out through the skin because the kidneys aren't helping or the GI tract is not. It's extra acids that have to get out of the body. So maybe in that first juice fast, you stirred the pot, you brought a lot out, but you got rid of a lot of them. So this round, it's not as much. That's what we might call. You did some good moving the first round. So congratulations, Seamus, on your juice fasting. I love juice fasting. I'm gonna do another one too. Jen G, deuce with what? Heal All Tea or Javana Detox All Tea are really good for that, you can pull on that lymphatic system and from the inside. So yeah, Heal All Tea. Dr. Morse actually designed Heal All Tea as a douche, and people started drinking it and having great results. So fantastic. But the Javana Detox All Tea has got the lymphatic herbs in as well. You could boost it with the lymphatic boost too. But you want to pull on that lymphatic system. You women with any kind of atypical cells, Dr. Morse says over and over, atypical cells reversed in 2 to 3 weeks in some cases. Cysts, fibroids, endometriosis, these kinds of things. This is all acidosis in those tissues. Okay, and what happens with the females is if your adrenals are weak, you're not producing enough antacid steroids in the form of progesterone to counteract the acidic hormone estrogen. Okay, so yeah, so Heal All Tea is a douche, wonderful. Gisela Lopez, what about eczema? Same thing. It's acidosis in the skin, same as psoriasis. Same thing. Get the kidneys filtering, get all those areas working, move that lymph, and get those acids out of the body. These are actually very gentle signs that you got acidosis in the body. So use these signs as a blessing. Eczema is, it's not life-threatening, but it's an indication that you have life-threatening acidosis that could build up and keep building. Okay? And then you're in real trouble. So now that you understand this, we know where we're going. We're alkalizing the body in the only place that we really need to. That's deep in the lymphatic system, which surrounds every cell. And is actually inside the cells, I hear. Fran Isbell. I muscle tested very weak on Dr. Morse's herbs, but desperately need the support. Any suggestions? That could mean a couple of things. Try with the muscle testing. If you're holding that whole bottle, I would try to maybe put the one dropperful dosage in a little bit of water and muscle test that. Because it might be telling you it's too much. All right. You may need to start real slow with herbs. You want to start slow and see where the body's at. You could be highly toxic and you start taking a full dose of herbs. And especially when you're doing these kits, I mean, you've got, sometimes 10 herbs, herb formulas could be as many as like 90 herbs in there. Your body might not be able to handle that. So everybody's different. So always start slow, you guys, if you're new to herbs. All right. Please. You don't want to kick in a healing crisis and then you're like, I'm never doing this again. This is all crap. It's way too much for me. And we lose you. You're off onto some other thing. God forbid pharmaceuticals. So, but go slow and try that muscle testing. Okay. Gigi, what I mean about food wars, everyone pushes their diets and fights over the same foods. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of different diets out there. Most of these diets are popular because people think they're going to lose weight. And I don't know how, I don't understand lean cuisine. I mean, they say, oh, you can have pasta and bread and all this stuff. And spaghetti and meatballs and all this crap. I just don't get it. You know, one of the things about being overweight, most of it is glandular. I mean, you got to get those glands, you got to get that mucus out of those glands, or you're just, I mean, what are you gonna do? Starve yourself and then binge eat when you're done starving yourself? I mean, it just doesn't work. These things never work. They never work. Well, you know, we're not even on a diet. We don't want to be on a diet. We want to just put in the food that we're supposed to eat. That's all it is. It's not really a diet. It's just getting back to our natural food. You know, we moved out of the tropics and into the, you know, into the colder climates and all that, and had to eat a bunch of stuff we're not supposed to eat. The body is not used to it. Genetically, historically, it actually makes antacid steroid. I'm sorry, it makes it does make steroids to counter it, but it actually produces an immune response to the food. Okay, especially the proteins, a mucoid immune response, a pus-forming mucus response. You know, an inflammatory response, if you will, to these foods, and that's what gunks us up. So all these doctors, God bless them, you know, a lot of them try to do well, but they're not trained in nutrition. Most people think that nutrition has no bearing on their health at all. They can eat whatever they want, and if they get into trouble, they're going to take Lipitor. But gosh darn it, I'm having that prime rib because it tastes so darn good. And I got to be honest with you, I was a meat eater most of my life, and meat does smell good. I drive by the Habit here in Ventura. I want to pull in. I haven't had meat in years, but boy, it does smell good. It is tempting. There's no question about it. And not to mention the neurotransmitters in the meat. That animal is smart, knows it's dying, and pumps in those neurotransmitters, and you get those in your body and you feel strong. But it's all false. We've got Simon. Hi, Mark. Good to see you back. I'm starting to see some kidney filtration now. Fantastic. And I heard that one could hit the kidneys with double herbal dose 2-droppers. How viable is that? Sure. Give it a try. Absolutely. It's hard to overdose on herbs, you guys. But everybody's different. What about the capsules? Yeah, you know, with our kidney, with our herbal, you know, detox kits, we, if you look at Dr. Morse's, go up to his 14-week protocol. He's always hitting a kidney tincture and a kidney capsule. Okay, so you can mix the capsules and the tinctures together. And what's good, the tinctures are absorbed quickly into the body. The capsules will hang out in that GI tract. So it's so good about the whole herbs. You can do that with the like, you know, the Heal tea or the Javana tea. You can actually throw those herbs, capsulate them, or throw them in a smoothie or juice, and they're going to hang out in their whole form in that GI tract a lot longer. And we could argue that the GI tract does include the liver, gallbladder, the kidneys. Okay, they're all branches off of that. Yeah, it's good. It's good to combine those. We got Lori Beach Sand Angel. Agree, my adrenals. Where do we go here? Sorry. Hold on one second here. I agree, my adrenals were so dead. Dr. Robert Morse got me off steroids. Fantastic, excellent. Yeah, your adrenals make the steroids. You want to take them. The body will get lazy if you take them too much. So YouTube is a food wars nightmare, Gigi. Oh my gosh. Our ancestors didn't fight like this over food, pushing this diet, that diet. Oh, it's horrible. Oh, pay no attention, Gigi. Don't let it get you down. Just eat your fruit and your salads and know that you're on the right path. And if you have a cheat once in a while, so be it. What the heck? Who cares? Raw Steel, can I use Sacred 7 herbs in the Heal tea? Yeah, you can look at those formulas. I mean, there's 10, sometimes 10 herbs in them. Yeah, mix and match them. You know, play around. Use your intuition. Use your instincts. You know, that's what's great. Dr. Morse even says that. You know, when he was teaching us protocol writing, he was saying, I'm giving you these things, these ideas, but don't be hard fast to them. Play around. Use your intuition, your instincts. As little things change, you know, play around with it. All right, Sitaho. Oops, I think I emailed you at the wrong address. Use the Javana one. I heard to email. Sorry about that. No worries. I'll get it either way. Info at Javana Detox or Mark at Mark James Gordon. I look at them all. We got the sheriffs in town. All right. Do you believe that the concept of calories is a myth? I've seen many great videos and articles debunking calories. I haven't really researched that. I think if you take in a lot of calories, you're going to store. If you're not burning them, you're going to store stuff. But it could be a myth. There's so many myths out there, you guys. God, man, there's so much crap out there. We're really being played as fools a lot of the time by the big industries. I wouldn't doubt if it's crap. Really seriously. I don't really count calories. I just eat and drink what I feel like, and since I did the master fast and really detoxed quite deeply, I don't even need a lot of food. I have to kind of force myself sometimes. It's more, especially later in the afternoon. I have a lot of smoothies and I throw the power greens into the smoothie for my last smoothie of the morning, and then I have a salad or whatever. And man, I'm just not hungry. I eat more out of curiosity later in the day, it feels. So I'm not a big calorie guy myself. Gigi, have a blood sugar meter. My fasting sugar can be 208 to 260, evening around 270. Yeah, you're in trouble. Work on those adrenals and that pancreas. Get the gunk out. Crystal Hippie, I got rid of all the fibromyalgia symptoms with the master fast. A miracle. Thanks, Mark, for inspiring me to do it. That's so great. Yeah, I'm with you. I had the fibromyalgia too. When you finally get moving again, you just you've alkalized the lymphatic system deeply. So congratulations. Yeah, master fast is a heavy duty cleaner, you guys, and I'm glad you could do that, Crystal Hippie. And yeah, fantastic. Okay, so Jen wants to know what the master fast is. It's go to masterfastsystem.com. It's basically, he was Dr. Morse trained, but he's using dry fasting, which is no food or water or anything. 12 to maybe 18 hours a day, and then once a week doing 24 to 36 hours. Once a month doing maybe 3-4 days. Some of these people are doing longer. Gabriel Cass did 15 days without food and water. So it's a combination of herbs and juice, pasteurized grape juice with lemon and things like that. You'll read all about it at masterfastsystem.com. Very, very powerful. Dr. Morse doesn't like it. It's too powerful, he says. Don't need to go there unless you're really, really on death's door and you got no other choice. But very high level. Gigi, my bowels are really moving on fruits and vegetables. Excellent. We got Serena. Genji. Crystal is talking about Master Fast System. Yes. Genji. Thank you, Serena. Bailey, thank you. I've been craving it and felt conflicted. Much love. You bet. Genji. 61. What? Did I just hear you right? Yeah, I know. I can't believe it. It goes faster every year too. We got Gigi. Can I go 80% fruits and vegetables and 20% in other fruits? Yeah, sure. I feel I'll give up. I can't eat anything else. That's high level detox. If you can do that, yeah, just stay away from dairy at all costs. Really, dairy, number one mucus former in the body. Meat's too high protein. Look, proteins are not what we want. We want the amino acids. Protein is just broken down into too many amino acids. You eat a piece of steak, it's just way too many amino acids coming at us. You eat the complex carbs like the breads and pastas, just way too much sugar coming at us. Way too much. So, try do the best you can. Anything to keep you on the path. If you're doing 80% fruits and vegetables, that's awesome. Fantastic. But learn some good cheats, there are cheats that are better than others. That's for darn sure. Like a baked sweet potatoes, things like that. Crystal Hippie, Genji, Mark was talking about him, Gino earlier. Okay, good. All right. So, finding my healing, on off high fruit for a year, blood pressure 90/60. Bottom number up from 50, which is good. Okay. So here's what's happening. Okay. So let's take this because this is big here. So we look at the upper number. That's 90/60. Okay, so 90 is systolic. That is your adrenals. That's the punch, right? When you get that heartbeat, that's kind of like when you hit that bell at the fair. How high up does that ringer go? Does it ring the bell? Ringing the bell is 120. You're not getting even close to ringing that bell. Okay. Now, your bottom number is good. So we love 120/60. But here's the myth here. Here's what's wrong. if we're going to bring up those adrenals, and licorice root is number one for bringing up adrenals. Licorice root is fantastic. It's cheap. You can make teas out of it, all that. So you start bringing that up. Let's say we get up to 110. We're up 20 points. Your kidneys are going to come up probably up to 75, 80. Okay, that lower number is going to raise up too. Okay, so yeah, so you've got to always work on the kidneys at the same time you work on those adrenals, because they're both going to raise up at the same time as we raise, the adrenal pressure. Okay, so you've got weak adrenals and weak kidneys. All right, so now your temp is 97. That's the thyroid. We want 97.8 minimum, so you're weak there. So you're doing thyroid, adrenal, and lymph herbs. Good. Ton of gas in gut. Gas in gut is usually sulfur. Okay, so you want to use that GI brew and pull on that, or it could be pancreas, or improper food combinations. Okay, so let's say you have the steak and potatoes with butter and sour cream. Okay, you've got steak coming in. Your stomach and pancreas are going to release enzymes and things like the acids to break down the proteins, right? So you got enzymes and acids and things like that, pepsin, to break down those proteins from the stomach and the pancreas. Okay, so now you've got the carbohydrates in the potatoes. That's a whole different set of enzymes and chemicals to break down the carbohydrates. They start canceling each other out. So that's going to putrefy in your stomach and GI tract, and you're going to get gassy. Okay, so I always look at it: weak pancreas, bad food combinations, and sulfur when I see all this gas. Use charcoal, olive leaf, and Japanese knotweed. Okay, so yeah, okay, so you're treating that. We don't want to treat. We want to get those glands up. We want to get that sulfur and get that GI tract cleaned up. Okay, and watch those food combinations. Get on the proper diet. All right. So there we go. Detox, detox, detox. Wow, that was a big one. So I'm going to recap that. All right. So bring up those adrenals, right? You're doing some good herbs. Get on the licorice root. You can afford to get on that licorice root. You got room to come up, okay? So bring that up. Work on those kidneys, because that's going to come up too. All right. I get on all those basic herbs. That kit. We're going to call it the basic 4: kidneys, glands, GI tract, and lymph, and then add in the liver, gallbladder, and also the antiparasite. Okay, and get on those, and focus on those adrenals, and go after that thyroid too. Okay, and get on the right diet, high fruit diet. Finding My Healing, oregano oil, Gerson, 2 years before this with castor oil. Do bee venom therapy 3 times a week, 9 stings per day. You got to tell me about this. This is I've heard vaguely about this 9 stinging stuff. Wow. So you got to do. I mean, you gotta go after the real core of this. You gotta go after the lymph system. All this stuff, all these things, CBD oils and all these things. These are things that you can be doing if you're doing those basics. You gotta do those basics, okay? All these other things are on top of that. They're like what I talked about, going specifically at things and all that. You can play around with these. A lot of these things are very viable. Turpentine's very viable, even though I haven't tried it. But you got to go after that lymphatic system, okay? Okay. Lori's, okay, thank you. I will do that. Finding My Healing, kidney herb blend, teasel root, nettle, use Heal All Tea formula per Dr. Morse daily. Lots of conjunctivitis, that's lymph coming out of the eyes. For Lyme left eye, been considering herb wash, but scared, eye bright, or red something. Dr. Morse has that eye formula to pull the mucus out of those eyes. Yeah. But get back to basics. You're going to find your healing if you get back to basics and start moving that lymph. Open those kidneys up, clean up those bowels, get that skin working, move that lymph, get those glands up and firing, get that liver cleaned out a bit, get those parasites killed, and you're off and running. Stephanie is in the house. All right, just saying hello. Glad you're back on. Great topic, acid and stagnation. Absolutely. It's the crux to it all. Stephanie is our is our Turpentine woman. Good to see you here. It's got so many emails when you were on, Stephanie. Man, I didn't know people were really into this. Unbelievable. All right. Finding my healing. I do have kidney filtration. I think is soapy and cloudy. Sometimes see strings, weird things. Yep, that's it. Throat coughing up stuff. Sometimes feel weird. Yep, you're moving lymph. Good for you. Gigi, can I take herbs when I'm on epilepsy medication? I would talk to your doctor about that. I can't really, not really supposed to talk about medications and all that. But I would talk to your doctor about that. Jen G, how about taking herbs if you're on blood pressure medication? Again. My thing is, just me personally, is I don't like pharmaceuticals, but I know once you're on them, it's hard to come off of them. If it was me, I would titrate off. That means come off real slowly. See where you're at. Keep more, bringing up the herbs and bringing down the fake stuff and going back to nature, re-embracing nature, getting away from these guys in these white coats with these big brains, I think they're so damn smart. Causing all kinds of problems. They do some good, but these pharmaceuticals are really, really dangerous, you guys. And, they kind of take us off our path, too, I mean, we can't just put these Band-Aids on and think that we're doing anything. Dr. Morse always says, what do they cure? What can they cure? This is treatment-based thinking. It doesn't work. You got to go after the core of it. You got to get out of the way. Let the body heal by getting the obstructions out, getting the stagnations out, alkalizing the body again so it flows. Let the intelligence of whatever you want to call it, God, whatever, let that intelligence come in, not some guy who, did 12 years of schooling that doesn't even believe that food has any relevance in your healing. Doesn't understand the first thing. They have a McDonald's in the lobby of the largest heart transplant center in America. I think it's in Houston, Texas. And there's surgeons eating there. It's not that they're not smart. They're just misinformed. They're part of a system that is very, very corrupt because it makes so much money. How about taking herbs if you're okay? So licorice too and sarsaparilla. Sorry, not sure the spelling of herbs. That's fine. Licorice is good. Yeah. So keep going with that. I say find your dose with that. Your dose is going to be when those numbers start creeping up. I've had to back off. You can do so much of this stuff and really get. I haven't tested in a while. Last time I tested, I was 127 on my adrenals on that systolic number. I mean, I'm firing. So good. I wish I would have known this when I was younger because I was born with weak adrenals. I was asthmatic as a kid. I was not thriving. I was the kid that was picked last on the sports teams, all that kind of stuff. I didn't come into my own later. Had a knee issue called Osgood-Schlatter's disease, which is a calcium issue, just all kinds of signs of weak adrenals and poor lymph. And then the fibromyalgia came in. But better late than never. Simon, how do I incorporate dry fasting when I'm on an herbal kit? 12 hours seems easy, but I like to do some 24s. I started at 12, then worked up to 14, 16, 18s, did 24 to 36 once a week. I've never done more than 36 hours. So that's how I did it. But you can go on Master Fast System Facebook page. They've got so much support over there. So many dry fasters over there really good at it. So I'd go over there. Ashley, hey Mark, sorry, just chiming in now. Missed everyone. I've got a floater and I am using Dr. Morse's eye wash. Slightly diluted in upper circuit, brain and nerves. Still really bad rashes too. Anything else to move this out? Okay, so you got floaters. Okay, so you're doing the right things, Ashley. You want to clean the transverse colon, clean the GI tract because the head doesn't drain well if you don't have that going. Now, also, chiropractic adjustments to get everything flowing down. The idea is you want to move that lymph down. Okay? It's a sign that, floaters and eye problems are a sign that you're lymphatically congested in the head. So, upper circulation, brain and nerves, certainly really good. Hot and cold showers on the head really help. Ear candling, 2 to 3 candles per ear. That seems to help. Neurolymphatic massages. I have videos on all this stuff on my website, you guys. Tapping real lightly on the. There's so many lymph nodes up in here. Right in here is really good too. Thumping under here, really good. All real lightly. It's amazing how lightly you can do this stuff. But yeah, those hot and cold things. Just focus on moving lymph. I would do the eye washes too for those floaters. Rashes, okay, so that's a sign. You know what happens is kidneys haven't been working a while. Now the GI tract has not been working. We're not eliminating those lymphatic acids and toxins. They go out through the skin. They start to block up under those subcutaneous layers, and now you've got blocked up, hardened mucus, plaqued up skin underneath, which causes the rashes, the blemishes, the psoriasis, eczemas, all that stuff. So dry skin brushing, saunas, all that stuff to move the lymph. The three ways: kidneys, GI tract, and skin. Yeah, just keep working it, Ash. I know you're working hard. You're doing great. I know you do some construction trades. Watch your exposure to a lot of those toxins. Okay. Wear protection. A lot of times when we're working with stuff with our hands too, our hands will absorb a lot of toxins too, you guys. So watch, wear gloves a lot when you're working on any toxic chemicals. Jeannie, happy birthday next week, Mark. Have a great birthday. Thanks. Yeah, I'm actually going to be leaving town. My birthday's on Monday the 17th. I'm going to be in Colorado. I got a reunion out there. I used to live in Aspen, Colorado a long time ago. And yeah, it's going to be great seeing everybody. Yeah, I hear they ruined the town. It's just supposed to be really just. They say the billionaires kicked out the millionaires. Well, I was a ski bum back then, but it was a great story. But anyways, I want to see what they've done. It's probably all Gucci and Fendi and all these high price plays. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. But I'll be back Wednesday. I fly in, I think, at 10 in the morning. So I'll be doing my show next Wednesday. So hopefully I have some good stories about the reunion. Gigi, name more cheats on my 20%, please. I don't know what I do. My favorite cheat is I call it my fruit pizza, and I'll take get these rice tortillas at Trader Joe's, and they're just rice, which is actually one of the least effective grains on me, I've found. So I take it and I fold it in half, then fold it in half again. I got quarters now, and I put those quarters in the toaster. And I get them all toasty, and then I spread avocado on there, and then I'll chop up some olives, right? Chop up some tomatoes. This is all fruit, by the way, except for the rice, of course. And maybe put a little hot sauce on there. Maybe chop up a little onion, and you actually think you're eating pizza. That's actually one of my favorite cheats. If it's even a cheat, really, it's a very small cheat. That's a good one. Doing the quinoa pasta, the rice pasta. If you're gonna feel like a little bit of pasta, that's good. If you're gonna want something hot like like you craving pizza, try to get a vegan cheese on there. I would stay away from cooked tomatoes. They're super acidic, guys. Try to do something else with that. Put on the raw tomatoes, things like that. So yeah, get creative with that. Organic brown rice on a cheat, yeah, you can do that. That's not so bad. Some of those ancient grains in that organic brown rice is okay. Actually, the millets, the quinoas, I can't remember. There's some other ones. Those ancient grains are actually not too acidic and not too mucus forming. There's some of the better ones. Watch the veggie burgers because some of them do have cheese in there. You want to avoid that cheese. It's so mucus forming, you guys. That dairy is I just avoid it like the plague. It really is mucus forming. But play around, yeah. Let us know. We should do. You know what? That's going to be my first cookbook or non-cookbook. Is great cheats. great detox cheats. The detox cheat non-cookbook. How about that? Okay, so we got Klondike 1024. Hi, Mark. Just want to say, great job, sir. Thank you. Please keep up the amazing work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Nice, always nice to hear that. I do get hate mail. Sometimes not too much. People are pretty easy, and if people are just nasty and they don't back up anything, they just say, "Oh God, this is a bunch of bull crap." The lymphatic system. if they back it up with research, I'll take a look at it. But they're just throwing arrows at me. I just delete them. I don't answer them. I delete them. I don't do well with what is called ad hominem attacks, or just basically personal attacks. So, but they're very rare. So it's all good. But it's always nice to hear I'm doing a good job. I appreciate it. Stephanie, processed salts are inflammation causing. Also causes bloating. Need natural sodiums from fruits, celery, tomatoes, foods high in sodium rather. Max Gerson has cooked foods that work well. Okay, interesting. Interesting, yeah. God, I love salt. You know, I love salt on the avocado, but I've gone away from using it. Yeah. True. Yeah, we get plenty of sodium in the fruits and celery for sure. Absolutely. Max Gerson, yeah, look into Gerson, look into Arnold Ehret too on the cooked foods, on the mucusless diet, Arnold Ehret's mucusless diet. There's plenty of information on the web about that. That'll help you guys. Turpentine, try it. Come on. I know I'm close. Takes time to clean out acids. It sure does. Brett, hey Mark, I kind of have some weird symptoms going on. My left sinus swells in, and I have pain and tightness on the left side of my body. Gives me some brain fog, not sure what's going on. Any idea? So this is interesting, Bert. Everything's on your left side. What is that telling us? I would bet that your left kidney and adrenals are weak, and that's why you're having problems on your left side. This is kind of common, okay? So, yeah, so sinuses, brain fog, your head is clogged up, okay? These are not weird symptoms. This is lymphatic stagnation, acidosis, pain and tightness, all left side of the body. Do your blood pressure, see how you're doing, you know. Chances are, you know, those kidney numbers are going to be much higher on that left side, okay? But it's the same thing, you know, when we detox, when we go on the high fruit, when we go on the herbs and get all those 4 systems opened up and get added in the liver and the liver, gallbladder, and the parasites, that's systemically going after the body. You know, all that's just not going to go after the left side. It's going to go after everything. It's going to clean up everything. Now, what you can do specifically to go after the left side of the body is you can put castor oil packs on that left kidney. You can do the massage. Gino likes taking a burnt stick and massaging clockwise on that kidney. You can do that. You can tap on that kidney, you know, just stimulate it that way. There's things you can do specifically to get that kidney working, but it's almost a guarantee that kidney is blocked up. Okay? All right. So hope that helps you. We have got Kiza, 69. You should be here in Australia where they eat horrifically. Pies, cakes, good God. Yeah. That actually I had a friend that was living in New Zealand, and she moved back, and she would have her friends send her these meat pies. She was craving these meat pies from New Zealand, and you know, they're just a bunch of pastry dough and a bunch of meat and potatoes and junk thrown in there and gravy. Super mucus forming, but super tasty. Yeah, that's the problem, you guys. You know, look, it's hard. It really is hard to change our diets, and the only reason I did it because I feel really good. I needed to do it. You know, I want to remain active. I want to be as pain free as possible, and I don't care enough about food to sacrifice that. But you know, we all make our choices. I can't judge anybody. I really can't. We all come from, you know, we have different things, and there's a lot of emotions tied to food. So, wow. It's hard, you know. A lot of cooked food does taste really good, but you know, I mean, I'm all about health. I'm all about teaching the health. I'm all about being healthy. I'm all about being as clean and pure as I can, and as energized as I can, so I can keep doing this and keep helping everybody and helping myself. So that's my motivation. My motivation really is I know it sounds kind of corny and trite, but I like being of service, you know, and to be of service, I have to be healthy. And I'm willing to sacrifice the prime ribs and the barbecued ribs and the habit burgers and all that stuff. So, you know, But if I cheat a little bit, good thing, you know. I'm gonna have my cheat. I always do a cheat on my birthday. I think it was 2 years ago now. I put out a thing on Facebook. I said, and I was kind of new to this whole thing, and you know, having my face out there, and I said, okay, it's my birthday. I'm gonna do a cheat. And I posted pictures of French fries and chocolate sundaes and burgers and I think I had steaks and things. And I said, you know, oh, corn dogs, just any kind of crap I could find, right? Chocolate cake. And I put up, I said, what do you think I should have? I'm taking a poll here, a survey. And really about 10% of the people said, oh my God, you're not the real deal. You wouldn't even be thinking about these foods if you were the real guy. I mean, people were getting really down on me for even considering having these kinds of foods. And so my cheat ended up being some Indian food, just small, you know, vegetables and things like that. And I could only eat a little bit of it, but it was pretty funny, the response I got. But anyways, thank you. Finding my healing, Mark. Thank you. Got to sleep now. Really appreciate that you're helping us. You bet. You're a great communicator, so keep it going. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And finding my healing is thanking Stephanie. Good. I'm sure she loves to hear that too. Kiza69. Hey, Mark. Getting rid of shingles. Excellent. Upper circulation with the kidney cleanse with Morse's herbs and a bucket loads of fruit. Thanks, Mark. Oh, you're asking me. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Move the lymph. You know, look, at shingles are nothing but the herpes virus. You know, I don't know what's going on, but I get so many people, it all seems like it's the same person, ask me, is it 100% guaranteed that I'm going to get rid of herpes virus in my body if I do this? Well, how can I say that? You know, I mean, what I tell people is, look, you know, virals are proteins, right? Dr. Morse talks about this infinitum. You know, they're going to live in the lymphatic system. If you want them out, the body's going to identify, if it can get there with its lymphocytes, it can identify that as a virus in the body and you know, target it for termination, right? Get it out of the body. But it's not going to get there unless it can get there. Okay, so you've got to alkalize the lymphatic system, get it moving, get that crap out, get it moving, right? So a lot of people are symptom-free from the herpes virus by not eating any acidic foods. I talked to so many people. Oh, God, I had pineapple. Well, they ate an unripe pineapple. It was totally acidic, and they flared up. You know, all their herpes on their mouth just came flying out wherever. They had a bunch of steak or whatever. You know, proteins are acids. You know, so when you get on an alkalizing diet, a lot of times you don't have any flare-ups anymore. Am I sure it's completely gone in the body? No. Herpes, you know, can hide very well. Anyways, yeah, I can't say that you can go have a test and it still says I got herpes, but you're not having symptoms. Look, the idea is being symptom free. Keep digging at that lymph, and I would imagine eventually those tests will come back completely negative that you have anything. So that's what I'm thinking. But anyways, yeah, you want to move lymph, basic detoxification, go for it. And with shingles, go after the skin too. Okay? But do the basics. We're just going to call it the basic 4. Do the 2 extras, the liver gallbladder and the antiparasites for a month or 2. And keep digging. Okay? Bucket loads of fruit helps. Ashley, hey, happy birthday, Mark. Have a great celebration. Thank you, Ashley. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I haven't been back there in a while. I feel bad. You know, I have a whole set of friends out there, and it's nice. A lot of them stayed. You know, I stayed for 5 years. I had to go back. It was too small town for me. It was a lot different back then, but yeah. Yeah, I went there. I dropped out of college and at 20, and I just wanted to ski. And I was getting over 100 days a year, which is fantastic. But then after about the 3rd year, I was like, it's a little too cloudy today, a little too cold today, you know. So it got to the point where I was only skiing on the good days. So I think I had my fill. But okay, so Stephanie, Aspen, so jealous. So I want to go there. Chanel. Yeah, Stephanie used to live in Aspen. We actually lived in Aspen at the same time. We probably ran into each other a bunch. So great. Yeah, it was really great back then. Stephanie will attest to that. I mean, I was just a guy. I was a ski bum and working at restaurants and skiing all day. And I was getting invited to just amazing parties. I don't know why. It was kind of an open town, you know. There were just all kinds of people. You know, there were some wealthy people there at the time, but there's also just ski bums and you know, drifters and grifters. I was washing dishes next to a PhD that was on sabbatical, writer's poet. It was just really a neat scene. It was a small window there. It was really good. And then 20th Century Fox bought the mountain, and that's when all the movie people started to show up and kind of ruined it in my view. Jeannie, Mark, oh, how fun to go for your reunion for your birthday. Hoping Aspen is still good, at least in parts. I was there like 8 years ago. It was really, a lot of the great places were shut down. A lot of the good kind of like local places were gone. It was really weird because there's nobody in town. You're walking around and there's nobody there, and they had all these fancy stores. I guess people come in and they get these whales to come in and spend 10 grand or 20 grand, and they don't need many people. They just need a few high rollers and they've got their week, I guess. I don't know how it works anymore. But, actually, I'm almost there, Stephanie, just about ready to jump in. Okay, good. I'm sure that's about the turpentine. Or is it Aspen? I don't know. Genji, I was going to ask if you had recipes. This is a great idea. Yeah, it is a good, I think we should do something like that. Kisa69, when will Dr. Morse have an online course to learn this divine stuff? He does. He has the DVD course. You can take level 1 using the DVD correspondence, and he's working on getting level 2. Right now, you can only get to level 2 by going out there, but he is working on getting that to us. So, yeah, I would suggest to all you guys, do level 1 DVD. It's not expensive, and you'll get a level 1 certification. You'll be a certified detox coach, specialist, and you can help other people and help yourself and spread this word. Fantastic. We need more and more people. This is an army. Himalayan salt, okay. Gigi, I don't know. I guess if it hasn't been treated, I don't know. You know, the problem with these kinds of salts, okay, so you got the Himalayan salt. I'd rather have the salts that are coming through the vegetables and fruit because they're already pre-digested. They're much more easy to assimilate. So I'd much rather have it that way myself. As what Stephanie was saying. Jeannie, it would be good to have your uncooked book with a slant. If you are craving, then try the rice pizza crust. They also use ground up cauliflower as a base for raw pizza. You know, I tried that cauliflower pizza base, and it did not sit well with me. I got kind of an acid stomach off of it. I felt really terrible. So I'm going to try it again, though. I had the Trader Joe's version. But try it, you guys. Let me know what you think. It didn't sit well with me. It felt heavy and all that. So, Gigi, I have dry eye syndrome and blepharitis. Took corticosteroids in my eyes. Anything better I can afford free? Okay, so I don't know what blepharitis is. It's probably this dry eye thing. So you took steroids, okay, to bring down inflammation. Look, dryness is acidosis. You need to hydrate those eyes. It tells me you've got lymphatic stagnation in the head. You want to move lymph in the head, upper circulation, brain and nerve, neurolymphatics, the hot and cold showers, all the stuff I talk about, cleaning up the GI tract. Go after those 6 areas. You got to do that. Dr. Morse's eye wash will help move lymph in the eye, which will pull acidosis out of those eyes and hydrate those eyes. You need hydration in those eyes, dear. Okay? Bert, okay, thanks, Mark. You bet, Bert. Gigi, I also have cataracts. See, again, that's acidosis. Yeah, you got to get those eyes hydrated, okay? You're forming, the cataracts are scar tissue from all that burning. Acids burn, okay? So, yes, you want to hydrate those eyes, okay? Internally and externally would be my view on that, okay, Gigi? Simon, kind of overwhelmed with the MasterFast website at the moment. Well, take your time, one bite at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. Could you tell me if I should take herbs while dry fasting? No, or you to take nothing while dry fasting. Zero. Not even a drop of water, not even washing your hands, not even brushing your teeth. Zero. No herbs. Okay? Keys is 69. Another question for you, Mark. I'm an ultra marathoner and running tons because the pH causes the pH to become acid. I keep 90% fruit and 10% veg. Am I on the right track? 3 years now and kidneys not filtering yet. All right. Wow. So you're an ultra marathoner on high fruit. That's awesome. I know there was that couple in Australia that ran, what was it? Was it 10,000 miles around Australia? It was something ridiculous on all raw and a lot of fruit. I think you're on the right track. Yeah, when you're running tons, you are producing a lot of lactic acids and acids, a lot of cellular activity going on. So you got to alkalize. I would get some herbs going to really help you get those kidneys filtering. You're obviously sweating a lot of this stuff out. So yeah, I would get on an herbal program to help that out if you're insisting on running that much. If you want to truly detox, you may want to stop the running for a bit and not create so much acids if you really want to focus on detox. Jen G, Mark, I've been sick for 9 years and this is the first time I feel some hope. I'm excited to begin. Awesome, Jen G. Yes, absolutely. There is hope. There is real true healing, you guys. Real true healing. It's so amazing. Yeah. Hold on. I just skipped ahead too. Sorry. All right, here we go. We've got Guup Shtick. Guup Shtick. Hello, how is everyone tonight? We're doing good. Guup. Susie Snowflake, followed your advice, looked on meetup.com, found a nice local like-minded group of plant-based eaters, very supportive, and we all get to be of service to each other. Highly recommended. Thanks, Mark. You bet. Congrats, Susie. That's awesome. Stephanie is saying to Jen G, 4 years ago I started with salads, veggies, and some unsweet fruit. 18 months ago went fruits mostly and some greens. Listen to your body. Eat what you like. I try to stay low fat. Gets worse before better and all is dying off. Jen G. Okay, good. We got Guup. Herbs are not part of the protocol during dry fast. You may take a small dose during them, however, but no need to. Okay. I heard none. Well, on master fast, he doesn't want anything during dry fasting. I think he might be right. I think he did say maybe a little bit of kidney. Okay. Stephanie, happy birthday, Mark. Aspen, woo, lucky you. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I can't wait. They're still skiing, I think, up in Squaw. Squaw Valley's going to stay open all year round. They were skiing till July 4th, just last week in Mammoth. So big year out here on the West Coast. Skiing is so my story. I went after college. Yeah, it was. I took my retirement early. You know, I knew it then. I'm taking this early. Kind of knew I'd be working into my later years. I don't call this work, you guys. This is just service. You know, this isn't even work. I love helping people so much because it works. You know, Stephanie, I lived in Aspen 91 to 95. End of. Okay, I'm sorry. I was there 76 to 81. Was also there with my parents in the 80s. Yeah, before I was legal. That's probably when I knew. I used to go back and forth too after that. So I was there in the early 80s too a lot. Thank you, Stephanie. Or you bet. Jen G says thank you, Stephanie. Susan Freestone, I love how you say I had fibromyalgia. It gives me hope. It's just systemic acidosis. Just move those acids out. That's all it is. You don't get tricked up by these fancy names, you know. GG blepharitis is an eye infection. Okay, all right. So yeah, move thy lymph. Stephanie Ross, Dr. Max Gerson, MD says no to all processed salts. Baking soda, Himalayan. Celtic dehydrates the cells, kills enzymes that digest foods, causes bloating. He says the biggest difference, life and death. Okay, good. I think he's right. I think intuitively, I think he's right. Get the salts through the other stuff. Learn to get rid of that salt. One of my favorite cheat foods is potato chips, though. Darn. So no salt potato chips. I'll have to make my own when I do those. Oh man, they're the worst thing. Well, they're not the worst thing, but that cooked oil can't be good for you. But you know, a little cheat in moderation keeps us good. Keys of 69. Thanks much, Mark. You're doing a fabulous job helping people. Thank you. P.S. Come to Australia and watch our jaws hit the floor while seeing the horrific eating habits here. Yeah. I used to, actually in Aspen, I lived with the guy, Matthew. He was on the Australian ski team. And they trained all year long. So summertime was, wintertime was their summertime. So they came up to Aspen. And anyways, he was a roommate. And I always tell people, you know, he got this care package, right? He says, oh, mate, my parents sent me my favorite foods, you know. And he goes, you got to try this. And he put this literal crap on some, he called them biscuits. Biscuits are crackers, right? And so he put this Vegemite on there. And he gave me, he says, it was raving about how great this stuff tastes. It was the worst tasting thing. It was like a salty, like bouillon or something. It was disgusting. It was a vegetable protein, weird, savory paste. I almost puked. It was so disgusting. I think Vegemite is living proof that we eat for emotions. This was tied to him, his upbringing, his family, all that stuff. Really, the worst tasting thing I've ever had in my life. But he swore by it. It's all emotions, you guys. Our eating habits are emotional. Yeah, I would die. Yeah, Australians, I love, man, when I travel, I love running into Australians. They're the funnest people. But yeah, their diets are horrible. Yeah, for sure. Stephanie, they say for cataracts, castor oil. You know, I've heard this, people putting castor oil in their eyes. I've heard of this. Organic hexane-free castor oil drops in each eye before bed. Look into this, guys. It sounds really weird, but I've heard it. You know, I tried this 2 nights in a row, made my vision clear, but it took a while to rehydrate my eyes. It was interesting. Yeah, look into it. We want to rehydrate it interstitially, though. Remember that. We want to move that acid lymph out. This might help soften some of that scar tissue, though, to help things start to get moving again, though. So I'm not poo-pooing it. I say let's do some further research and let's find out. Okay. Wow, we still got a lot to go here. You guys are really going after me tonight. I love it. We're at an hour and a half here. We got Bert. I think apple cider vinegar is okay on a salad here and there. Yeah, fine. I cannot seem to do just fruit while working full time right now. It's okay on days off, but I think stress makes me need more food. Yeah, you know, until you get the glands really cleared out and you're really absorbing well and really utilizing well, you're gonna feel like you need more food. But as you detox more and really get on these juice fasts and these dry fasts, you're gonna clean so deeply you're not gonna crave this kind of stuff and be able to do it. But yeah, make your own salads. You know, that's what I would do. Make your own and just load up on those salads. You know, to help you through this. Try to stay as raw as possible when you're not doing the fruit. We got Simon. Thanks for help as always. It's really filling the gaps. Absolutely. Yeah. Fran Isabel. Gigi, I have some use. I have to use some salts for my adrenals, so use Himalayan when in intense salt cravings. Yeah, you know, actually I've heard this. People with weak adrenals, they're not utilizing the minerals well. So celery juice is really helping people with the salt cravings until you get the utilization turned back on in those adrenals. Okay. Stephanie Ross was in elementary school in '76. Yeah. I was 20. I was born in '56. So I was 20, and yeah, man, that was so great. So much freedom to be able to go up there and just, you know. I started out as a dishwasher and a prep cook in this restaurant, and part of the rule was that, here's Bitsy to say hi. Part of the rule was I got to eat all I wanted, so I would literally put a piece of roast beef on the slicer, and 2 for them, 1 for me, 2 for them, 1 for me. Can you imagine a 20 20-year-old kid skiing all day. The appetite I had. Oh my God. I don't know how that restaurant made money, but anyways. Gigi says, thanks, Stephanie. Susan Freestone, I'm a year on mostly fruit and some interspersed master fast. My ears have so much debris in them. Have candled them, but I still feel and hear globs of stuff. Any ideas on how to get it out? Yeah, you know, keep doing the ear candling, neurolymphatic massage, hot and cold showers, clean the GI tract, upper circulation herbs. Just keep working that. You know, I don't know. I don't know if they I used to put eardrops in my ears. Basham Lam makes an eardrop. I don't know if that helps getting stuff out. I'm not really sure, but that was just an idea there. Okay. Stephanie, you're welcome. Gigi. Oh yes, chips. I'm not sure what that refers to, chips. But anyways. Okay, so C Tahoe, have a nice birthday, Mark. Thanks, C Tahoe. I appreciate that. Gigi, thanks, friend. Okay. Stephanie, Susan Freestone, on the ears, I put drops in my ears. Okay, 3% hydrogen peroxide, ear candling. I bought a Grasson, Grasson Hydro Pulse. I put distilled water up my nose, ears, and nose ears connected. It opened me up big. Yeah, Stephanie was talking to me about that. We talked on the phone a few weeks ago. She's talking about this Grasson Hydro Irrigator is helping her. So look into that, Susan. Okay, thanks for that tip, Steph. Awesome. Hold on, we had Doris. Doris Rotten, seems like strawberries don't agree with me. Causes pain level to increase. Have had pain behind my left shoulder blade 24/7 since December 96. Are you kidding me? Finding lots of food causes pain. All right, so this is interesting. Strawberries is another thing that can be picked unripe. Make sure they're sweet. But back off. It might be stimulating you too much. Now I had a surfing accident, and I got stuck at the top of a wave. It was a pretty big day, and I got pitched forward out into the air. And when I hit that water, I hit so hard I thought I broke my neck. I actually heard a big crunch, and it froze up my shoulder. And for months and months and months, I couldn't surf. And the only way that I got it out was I went at the mall. They have these Chinese guys that do massage, and I found the biggest, baddest Chinese guy I could, and I said, I want you to dig in there with your fingers, and you know, I'm gonna bite my arm, and no matter how much I resist, just dig in. I had this guy dig. It took me like 2 or 3 sessions, but he got that out. He broke that up in there. Okay. It was called frozen shoulder. It happens a lot to hockey players because they do all that checking and all that. But it was really painful behind that shoulder blade. So that got it out for me. And I don't know, maybe I would have had it there for 20 years, you know. So that would be my tip, okay, to help that. But you know, move the lymph, of course. You're fine. Yeah, maybe the pain is caused because you're moving moving the acids through there. But try that, Doris. This is a perfect example. Try castor oil packs on there, of course, massages. Try to get some guy to really do some deep tissue massage. I think they call it Rolfing, where they really get in there and dig. And that helped me. Okay. Gigi's heard of olive oils in the eyes. Wow, olive oil in the eyes. Wow. Stephanie, castor oil kills little bugs and parasite infections and is anti-inflammatory. Awesome. Kiza 69, Vegemite, haha, yes, it tastes so bad, really disgusting. And I moved here from Canada 12 years ago, dual citizen now, trying to hammer the Aussies to eat clean and hide their meat pies. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. If you're Australian and you don't like Vegemite, yeah, I don't understand how this guy liked this. Oh my God, really terrible. Gigi, do I have to juice? Cannot afford a juicer. look on my YouTube channel. I show you guys how to juice for free. You'll have cold pressed, hand pressed grape juice. You could do it with lemons. You could do it with citruses. You could do it with many things. But you get I got a paint bag from Home Depot or Lowe's, and you wash it out. It's a little microfine polyester bag, and you just squeeze it. You know, what I do is I take the grapes, I throw them, just hit them with the NutriBullet or a blender real quick, just to open them up, not heat them up, open them up, and then squeeze them in this bag into a container. And you don't need a juicer, okay? So that's not an excuse, okay, Gigi? Keys of 69. How many meat eaters does it take to change a light bulb? 0. They always stay in the dark. Haha, that's good. That's good. I would say they can't change a light bulb because they're so acidic they can't even reach up to change that bulb. How about that? Gigi, potato crisps. Yeah. Potato crisps. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you, that's, boy. Oh, hold on, I lost everybody here. Oh yeah, potato chips with salt. Yeah, they got salt on them, I know. Not a good, I don't recommend it as a cheat, you guys. I try to be perfect, but man, that is a weakness. Boy, my hand just goes out to that bowl. Boom. Susan Freestone, thanks, Steph. Gigi, guess you forgot your potato chips comment. LOL. Stephanie Ross, Gigi, you do not have to juice. You can do a hand lemon or orange squeezer. That's right, those things. When oranges are in season, blend or eat it whole. It's just as good. Gigi, thank you, Steph. Got lots of good sharing going on tonight, you guys. I love it. That's what it's all about. Peroxide in the ears will flush out the ears, Jeannie says. Good. Turn the head, pour in peroxide, lots of bubbling. Keep it there until the bubbles quit. Turn head and empty out peroxide into a tissue. Fantastic. Jeannie, then do the other the same way. That may help along with candling. Okay, good. Stephanie, my right ear rings sometimes. Sometimes I sleep with a small clothes without the skin and scold it a little tape to my ear and it cleans it out. I'm trying to decipher this. Probably you're talking on one of those things. I sleep with a small clothes without the skin. I don't know. A clove? Maybe it's clove without the skin? I don't know. Maybe clarify that. Steph, I'm curious now. Jeannie, I hope this helps with ear problems. Yeah, sounds good. Steph, I'm dealing with 2 large ear tumors on my right side of my ear nerve and on right side of my ear nerve and pushing on my face and balance nerve. So I hit the head and nose and outside of the ear. Steph, tell us what you're putting next to the ear, please. A small clove, is it? Without the skin? Gigi, free, I can afford that. Good. We've got Evo D. S. Faro. Hello, I'm from Mauritius, and I'm 24. Welcome. Wow, all the way in Mauritius. I have had never slept 8 hours straight in my life. I have acne since I was 13 and not getting any better. My eyes are always red and I feel tired all the time. Okay, let's take that one step at a time, Evo D. Okay, 8 hours. Not sleeping is the pineal gland that's up in the head. It tells me that probably your pituitary's down too. So you want to move lymph up in that head, okay? Learn about detoxification. Learn about how to move lymph. Again, ear candling, hot and cold showers. You know, what we're talking about here. These kinds of things to move lymph in the head. Cleaning the GI tract. Neurolymphatic points. Going after those glands. So that's pineal gland because it makes melatonin, okay? So that's a sign you got some issues up in the head. Acne is a sign that the kidneys aren't filtering, so the skin's taken on a big job, too big of a job. So now the skin's blocked up. Get the kidneys filtering. Get the GI tract helping move those lymph acids out and toxins. Get those toxins out of the body. Okay, you do this through lymphatic detoxification, what we're talking about here tonight, okay? And work on that skin. Sweat, sweat, sweat. Help those kidneys out, okay? Dry skin brushing. Eyes are always red. That's a sign of acidosis throughout the body. So you want to alkalize, move those acids out. You know, listen to this show again. We're talking about this all night tonight, how to do this, EVD, okay? Go onto my website, markjamesgordon.com. Tons of lessons on how to do this. It's not difficult once you understand it. Get off of the mucus-forming foods. I don't know what they eat in Mauritius. I know you got a lot of fruit down there, but it may be one of these grain-based diets. You know, a lot of times, these island diets, you know, and like I was down in Costa Rica, right? They got this fruit everywhere in Costa Rica, yet people for lunch are having the pinto gallo, which is the rice and beans, and they're having the chicken and you know, just a lot of mucus forming food. So get off of that, okay? You're tired all the time. That's weak adrenals. So you got all the signs of just a clogged up lymphatic system, okay? So learn about this and go after it, okay? But check into that up in that head too. Okay, Sandy B. Hey, Australia is also full of beautiful organic fruit and lots of conscious eaters too. Yeah, especially in Byron Bay, I hear. I want to get to Byron Bay. Yeah, no, we're generalizing here for sure. I do know the Aussies love their pub though. And so anyways, yeah, a lot of good eaters down there for sure. Eva D, I really don't know what to do, and I'm gaining weight. Another sign of weak adrenals, dear, with the gaining the weight. So go, yeah, learn about detoxification. Okay, get a hold of me if you need me. All right, mark at markjamesgordon.com. But I have all the information for free. Okay, you can learn this on your own. All right, I'm here to help. Send me emails if you need a little bit of push. Okay, come to the show every Wednesday night too. We'll help you. Oh, garlic in my ear with tape. Okay, garlic, clove of garlic. Okay, the mystery is solved. Thank you, Steph. Keys is 69. Hey, Mark, what do you think of camphor oil or gel to put on the kidneys to get them filtering? I've never tried that. I've never tried the camphor oil. I've never even heard that. So let us know. Let us know. Stephanie, I'm laughing on the clove of garlic on the ear. I did read down the garlic. Okay. Stephanie, watermelon filters kidneys. I hear beets juiced do too filter kidneys. Yep, watermelon and beets do help those kidneys filter for sure. Nothing better than dry fasting though, you guys. Learn about dry fasting. Jeannie, is it a garlic clove without the skin that you using, Stephanie, taped on? Yes. Yeah. Gigi, skin brushing hurts and scratches my skin. Had to stop immediately. Go lighter, dear. You know, the thing about lymphatic massage and dry skin brush, you can do it lightly. You don't need to dig in. Fitzy, stop. Stop, please, sweet. Yeah, you know, more is not better in the sense that it's light. The lymph moves light touch. Okay, you'll see it in my videos on lymphatic massage. It's a light touch, you guys. Don't be a hero. We don't need to hurt ourselves. Okay. Okay, so Ashley, hey Jeannie, did you use edible-based peroxide? How many drops per ear, diluted or not? Stephanie, I use 3% food-grade hydrogen peroxide drops in the ear. I hear urine in the ear works too. Yeah, a lot of this urine therapy, you guys never tried it. People are getting some good stuff with that. I don't know. I'm open to everything. Will I try everything? I don't know, but I'm open. I'm open. Okay, Steph, my friend does urine up the nose. Have not got around to do that yet. I heard that's part of some cancer protocols too. I believe Brzezinski is doing that too down there in Texas. He's got a lot of good results down there. So I don't know. Anything's possible. Stephanie, Jeannie, yes, I do not do it often. Garlic peeled. I scorch it a bit. A little also opens up the ear and the canal just on top and tape to the top of the ear. Interesting. Gigi, I don't think I want to pee up my nose. Laughing out loud. Sailing. Funny. I got Doris Rotten. Changed my way of eating March 11th. 80% fruit, 20% veggies and salad. Excellent. Still no filtration. Try the herbs, try the dry fasting. Going to try and get my eyes red, losing lots of inches, not much weight. Yeah, I read eyes. Send them over to me, Doris. Stephanie, Brzezinski uses urine to heal the patients. Yes. Gigi, really nice time tonight. It calmed my anger and people fighting over what to eat on YouTube. Thanks, Mark. You bet, Gigi. We know what to eat. We know what to. Does everybody want to just eat fruit and salad? I don't think so. But if everybody wants to feel good and heal, it's the way to go. Yeah, you know, it's amazing what you can do when you do have a few little cheats and a little fudges here and there. You can really stay on the ball most of it for a huge majority of the time. Jeannie, Ashley, I used just 3% peroxide from the brown bottle. Yeah, there's food grade. There's high quality hydrogen peroxide, you guys. I would suggest that. Eva D, thank you so much, Mark. I'm starting my detox today, I guess. You bet. Good. Jump right in. Hey, you can start right now. Just throw out all that crap. Get all that milk and cream and yogurts and all that crap out of get all that meat out and those grains. Yeah. The donuts and the pastries and all that good tasting stuff. Jeannie, Ashley, I poured it in until the ear canal was full, then let it bubble until it was done bubbling. Okay, good. Ashley, Jeannie, how many drops per ear? Thanks, Jeannie and Stephanie. Awesome, thanks so much. Ashley says awesome, thanks so much, Jeannie. Okay, I think the idea is just kind of fill that ear canal and get it bubbling. And then we're good on that. So, okay, here we go. We're almost 2 hours. Guys, I think if you have any last-minute questions, comments, insights, we're going to call it a night. It's been a great session. I feel rested. Man, it's just a lot of great insights. I learned a lot tonight, and I'm glad everybody's sharing and all that. So, guys, keep up the good work. It is really simple. We just really want to move that lymph and just get those acids and toxins out. And no matter how much you try, you're always going to take in some junk. So always be detoxing to some degree. You don't want to ever go back to this isn't about cleaning the body so we can go back to our standard American diet. It isn't about that. It's about really, really, number one, healing ourselves by removing the obstructions we put in, and then alkalizing so deeply that we flow freely and that we live longer and we live more pain-free and we don't go through the normal aging and death process. The suffering that goes on is just horrendous. So we don't want to go through that. We want to basically, live good, long lives, relatively pain-free, and be great contributors, because we do get wiser as we get older. So we need a lot more older people that are really energetic and have good, clear minds, and that can help and help the younger people. So they say too soon old, too late smart. So anyways, that's it. We got some last minute. I see the board's lighting up again. So here we go. We've got Vilas Tamasakas. Sounds like you're coming in from Greece. 100% raw. Yes, I need to be balanced right now. If I don't eat fat, nuts, and seeds, I find myself wanting and liking sweets, and I cannot get satisfied with the fruit and greens. Do the best you can. Some of us still have that emotional tie to heaviness. A lot of times, you guys, what happens is the fruit and these herbs will energize you so much. You're so turned on. Your body's turned on and your brain is turned on, that you start I think it's just you're vibrating consciously at such a higher level that it's hard to take. So we want to ground ourselves more with some of these heavier foods. I understand it. I went through the same thing. And plus a lot of information's coming at you. It's just a lot, when you start to just clear out all the you're polishing the mirror and the window. And so a lot of times we do crave to slow things down. I know at night sometimes I like to slow things down and have a little cook. So, Steve Factors is a great detox specialist. He's got a lot of fun sayings, and one of my favorites from Steve is fast cars first. And what he means is, when I wake up, I have pure juice, just pure juice, nothing in it. Okay, orange juice, love it, fresh squeeze, grape juice, whatever. So pure juice, and then I'll do my smoothies. I'll start in the banana and some frozen berries, things like that. And then I'll go in and I'll slow it down even more, and I'll start putting in the greens in my smoothie. So I'm having fruit and greens together. It works for me. I know there's some controversy on that, but I put in those power greens, baby power greens from Trader Joe's. And now I'm getting the greens and all that good stuff in there. That's so good. And then I move to salads. And then later in the evening, I can move. If I feel like slowing down even more, I can go to the steamed veggies and go to the the cooked potatoes, sweet potatoes and things like that, if I'm not trying to detox at a high level. So fast carbs first. Okay. So do the best you can. You're going to get there. If you're on this path, you're going to get there. We're going to be able to eliminate that stuff. Okay. And get down to these good levels. So do the best you can, Vilius. Okay. Gigi, I've been looking for your new no-cook cheats. Okay, good. Yeah, we'll help write this here. We'll send in recipes. But definitely the fruit pizza is number one on there for sure. Ashley, thanks, Mark, for everything. Have a great week. You too, Ashley. Sandy, thanks so much, Mark. Always a pleasure. Happy birthday. Thanks, Sandy. I appreciate that. We got Susie Snowflake. Susie Snowflake. Night, everyone. Thanks. Happy birthday, Mark. Yeah, thank you. Doris Rotten. Oh, thank you. Ashley, Gigi, I like Matthew Kenny books. Matthew Kenny's books. I don't know about that. All right. See you, Mark. Good night. Thanks. Yeah, Fran. Thanks so much, Mark. And good night. Good night, Fran. Gigi. Night, everyone. And Mark. Thanks, Gigi. Jeannie, good night, everyone. Thanks. It was fun and informative. Have a fun week. Thanks. Yeah, I'll report back, you guys. I'll tell you all about it. Ashley, also, Judita Wignall Raw and Simple Detox. Amazing book. Okay. Judita Wignall, Raw and Simple Detox. Amazing book. Okay, good. Villis, would we advise to steam veg instead of 100% raw protein and fat sources? Yeah, absolutely. No raw protein powders, and no, I wouldn't push the fat sources at all. Yeah, steamed veggies and cooked sweet potato would be about as far down as I would go, but absolutely no raw protein. Protein just shuts the kidneys down. It's so acidic, so mucus forming. That's really hurt us, in our standard American diets, is the high protein and the high carbs. Gigi, Ashley, thanks. Mark Martin, it's nothing like all fruits and vegetables anytime I eat any cooked vegetables. It leads to eating other cooked foods. Oh, okay. So yeah, sometimes when you open that little door of cook, it can open the door to other things. I understand that. Yeah, just a lot of this is emotional, guys. It's so tied to our youth and upbringing and mom's home cooking and all that. It's tough. You'll do it though if you're inspired enough. If you really need to do it, you're going to do it. When you start getting the results, you start feeling really good, you're going to want to do more of it. And when you do have your cheats, you're going to want to come back as fast as possible to eating clean again. Trust me on that one. Okay. Stephanie Ross, high on fruits, baby. You better believe it, man. I'm flying. It feels so good. Stephanie, fruits have easily digested proteins called amino acids. Absolutely. So happy to know I'm getting full nutrients and removing acids with delicious whole fruits. Fruit is what we're supposed to be eating, you guys. It is our natural chemistry. It's got everything you need. Look at those gorillas and chimps. Male chimp this big can rip you limb from limb. Okay, fruitarians. We're fruitarians. It's that easy. Does that mean that a fruitarian has to eat only fruit? No. You eat what's available. But I guarantee if a chimp or gorilla if there's tons of fruit around, that's all he's going to be eating. Unless they have emotional problems. I don't know. Oh. Thanks, Stella just knocked down my crystal. Thanks, Stella. Okay, all right. Jen G, wait, so I'm confused. No raw veggies, only steamed? No, raw veggies are preferable over steamed. Gigi, I cannot chew broccoli. Yeah, no, no, you got little bits of broccoli and salads are fine. But steamed broccoli is if you're going to consume a bunch of broccoli, I think that's the way to go. Anyways, that's it for tonight. I am out of here. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great week. I will be back on Wednesday at 6:30 to help everybody. Thank you so much for being part of this group. it's just such an honor to lead this and to have a place for you all to come. And I just really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week. And God bless everybody. And keep detoxing. Always be detoxing. Okay. See you later. Bye-bye.